Your content is not failing because you have no ideas. It is failing because every idea has to survive your mood. Some days you feel sharp. Some days you disappear. Some days you post from pressure. Some days you wait for inspiration to come back and explain itself. That is not a content strategy. That is a spark asking to become a furnace. The few do not build leverage from random sparks. They build a machine. You know the pattern. You get an idea in the shower. You hear one sentence in a podcast. You feel a little fire after a call, a workout, or a late-night thought. For a moment, the post feels obvious. Then life moves. The idea sits in a note. The note gets buried under 20 other notes. The strong sentence becomes a vague memory. The vague memory becomes guilt. And then, when it is time to create, you look at a blank screen and wonder why you feel empty. You were not empty. You were unorganized. The raw material existed. There was no machine to catch it, heat it, strike it, finish it, and send it out. That is the hidden cost of creating from inspiration alone. It makes every post feel like a new emergency. It forces you to rebuild the entire forge every time you want one piece of steel. It turns content into a personality test. If you feel clear, you create. If you feel tired, you vanish. If the post performs, you believe. If it is ignored, you question the whole path. That is too fragile for the life you say you want. A one-person empire cannot run on emotional weather. It needs a repeatable loop. Inside the forge, the blacksmith does not wait for the perfect spark. He has a system. Raw material enters. Heat is applied. Pressure is applied. Shape appears. The piece is cooled, inspected, and returned to the rack. The result is not magic. It is process. That is what your content needs. Not more pressure to be brilliant. Not another dramatic promise that this week will be different. Not a new app that becomes another graveyard for ideas. Your content needs a machine simple enough to run when your energy is ordinary. Because ordinary energy is where most of your life happens. Anyone can create when the room is loud, the idea is hot, and the feedback is immediate. The real builder creates when the room is quiet, the idea is raw, and no one has clapped yet. The content machine begins with capture. That means no idea gets trusted to memory. When a sentence hits, you catch it. When a question from a client exposes a pattern, you catch it. When your own frustration reveals a lesson, you catch it. Not as a perfect post. As raw metal. Then the machine moves to shape. A raw idea is not content yet. It is material. You ask one question. What is the useful point? Not how do I sound impressive? Not how do I make this go viral? What is the useful point? If the point cannot be stated in one sentence, the metal is still too soft. Then the machine moves to produce. You choose the smallest asset that can carry the point. A short post. Carousel outline. A talking point. A newsletter section. A video hook. One idea should not be trapped because you are trying to turn it into every format at once. Forge one piece first. Then the machine moves to feedback. This is where most creators stay soft. They publish and stare at the number. The number is not the lesson. The pattern is the lesson. Did people save it? Did anyone reply with their own version? Did the hook pull attention? Did the point land clearly? Did the idea deserve a second pass? Feedback is not judgment. It is heat returning to the system. Without feedback, you are just throwing steel into the dark. With feedback, every piece teaches the next piece. That is how content becomes leverage. Not because every post wins. Because every post feeds the machine. The obsidian blacksmith does not worship the spark. He respects the system that turns spark into steel. So build the machine today. Not a complicated dashboard. Not a beautiful content calendar you admire and avoid. A 4-step loop. Capture. Shape. Produce. Feedback. Open OneNote called Raw Material. Put every idea there without judging it. Client question. Private lessons. Mistakes. Repeated advice. Strong sentences. Things you are tired of explaining. Then create a second place called the anvil. This is where raw ideas get shaped into one sentence. For every idea, write the point like this. The viewer believes this. But the truth is this. So the action is this. That one line will save you from wandering. Then choose one production format for the next 7 days. 1. Not 5 platforms. Not 10 styles. One format you can repeat while you are still building the muscle. If you write 1 post a day. If you film 1 direct point a day. If you teach, make 1 short lesson a day. The machine gets stronger through repetition, not decoration. Then build the feedback rack. After each post, record 3 things. What was the hook? What was the point? What happened? No drama. No identity collapse. Just evidence. After 7 pieces, you will see patterns. 1 topic will pull more saves. 1 hook shape will hit harder. 1 pain will repeat. 1 unclear idea will need another strike. That is the machine talking back. Listen to it. Most creators want content to prove they are talented immediately. The few use content to build proof over time. They stop asking, what should I post today? They ask, what raw material is ready for the machine? That question changes everything. Here is the vow. I do not create from panic. I do not wait for my mood to become a strategy. I catch the raw material. I shape the point. I publish the asset. I study the feedback. Then I return to the forge and make the next piece cleaner. 1 spark is luck. 1 post is noise. 1 machine is leverage. Today, run 1 idea through the machine. Do not announce the system. Use it. The forge does not need your content to be perfect. It needs your process to be repeatable. Build the machine. Feed it proof. Let the work compound.